Welcome to Conversations with Body and Mind with myself, Nirvana Lange. Body and Mind is your health and wellness online directory. Coming up in today's conversation, I'll be chatting to Lynn Pullen, and she does twin soul prophecies and holistic healing and a whole lot of other things which she is going to share with us. Good morning, Lynn. How are you doing?
Good morning, Nirvana. Lovely to be here and be interviewed.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to hearing all about your journey and how did it lead up to you discovering your psychic abilities and being able to do this esoteric, amazing, important esoteric work. So why don't you start off with telling us a little bit about you and your journey?
Yes, thank you. Well, as a child, I was born obviously with the gift, and I used to see lights around people. I used to see through people, if I could call them that, walking in the house, and I used to chat to them. And my mom used to think that I had imaginary friends until we moved to a farm. And the farm had a graveyard, as most of the old-fashioned farms do. And I used to love frequenting the graveyard. And my mother used to say to me, "What are you doing there?" And I used to say to her, "I'm speaking to Granny, and I'm speaking to Orly, and I'm speaking to the child that got so sick, and I'm speaking to this one." And there's a lady I don't like. I remember her face distinctly, and she was very, very grumpy, more from the Puertrica era, and probably thought I was a bit out there. And my mom just looked at me, and she was absolutely beyond exasperation with me until we went on holiday, and I went to visit my grandmother. And I saw some people in my granny's house and started telling her about all these different people. And she got a book from the library so I could point out the old-fashioned clothes that they were wearing, and that lady's wearing that, and this lady's got this. And then my gran realized that I had the gift that that my grandmother had and her sister had. And my grandmother was very well known with a psychic ability. So from there, my gran just taught me to walk around with my cross to feel secure and just to carry on. And she said, just ignore what people say. You have something special. You carry on talking to those people. Which was fortunate that she handled it like that, and obviously had a word with my mom. So I was never stifled in talking to the people or told that it was bad, and obviously I was allowed to then embroider and carry on. I did stop for a while when I got married with the children because it just wasn't fashionable and it brought a stigma to the children. And it's quite difficult for families to live with someone who does this, especially in that time or that era. And once my children had grown up and left the house, I had no option. It was like a door knocking and saying, "Open, open." And when I opened that door, boy, oh boy, in flooded more interest as well. And I went on a course of learning and a journey of learning a lot of healing things and more esoterical things.
Great. Thank you very much, Lynn. Now, twin souls and the holistic healing. I know you do Reiki integrated healing, laughter therapy. You do courses about esoteric development, and then the Navajo baby blessings, which I just sounds beautiful. Why don't you take us on a journey of what you have to offer, what all of that is in a nutshell, and then you can maybe also explain to us about how you and your husband do the twin soul prophecies together, and give us a nice encapsulated version of your beautiful work.
Lovely, great. Well, I became a Reiki Master, I can't even remember, in the 90s, to be honest with you. And I just found that healing with Reiki was absolutely fantastic with the energy and that. But as things have progressed and as people have progressed, our energies have changed, and I just found it wasn't sufficient. So I went on another course called Integrated Healing. It was designed by Matilda van Dyke. And Matilda is a psychologist. She studied many esoterical and Chinese things. So integrated healing has a whole lot of different facets. It's got a psychology facet to it. We use essential herbs, oils, plant essence, gemstones, cards, muscle testing, because it's based in kinesiology. So it's basically a kinesiology on steroids. And the person gets a total workout with their chakras balanced, their meridians balanced, plant essence, counseling, and then obviously addressing whatever the issue is that they need addressed. So they have all of that in one session. We also have a fantastic module in integrated healing as well as Reiki, but this is a little bit better in that we have a protocol where we can do distant healing. And we use a surrogate, either a person or a teddy bear or something like that. I prefer myself to use a person. And what happens is I do healing on the surrogate that I've put through the protocol. And the person, it doesn't matter. I've done healing on people in Ireland and in the UK. And they have to then connect via WhatsApp or Skype, whatever their mode is, sit in the chair. They see everything I'm doing, so they're partaking in the healing. Any questions I have for them, they are there to answer at the appropriate time. And we do a little bit of neuro-linguistic programming, so they're able to repeat certain things for their own healing. And it absolutely works fantastically, even though it is a distance healing. So that's the healing in a nutshell. Then I also do what I call, and I absolutely love it, it's called a baby blessing. The old Navajo Native American Indians used to do it. And it's about a time where women they're pregnant, they're feeling heavy, they're feeling ugly, they're concerned about the birth. And in the Navajo tribe, all the women used to come together for the birth and look after the woman and also look after the baby after the birthing. And this is basically abridged into a celebration. So what we do is we celebrate mom. We tie a cord around everyone's wrists to celebrate and to facilitate them being tied with mom and utilizing that as the umbilical cord. And then when mom goes into labor, they physically cut it off their own arms. But it could be up to 6 of your besties. So it's really a personal thing. And we do a few other little tasks in that celebration, but it's all about mom. We also do a henna tummy and embroider her tummy so she feels beautiful. And we celebrate that this child is actually a gift from God. And we celebrate that the soul has decided to reincarnate. And we thank the soul for choosing her to reincarnate. So it is really a very, very special time for mom. And the dad gets involved in that. He gets given everyone's phone numbers and he phones them. And when they leave, they get given a candle. And when dad phones, dad says, we're leaving for the hospital now. He phones the besties. And the little besties, what they do is they then cut that arm bracelet off, symbolizing that the birth is going to go perfectly without any hitches. And they light the candle and say a prayer for mom and child, that it's a short labor, that baby isn't traumatized and everything goes smoothly. And once baby's born, they obviously then give thanks and blow out the candle. So everyone's there the step of the way. But it doesn't just end at that particular celebration. It's also for the besties to come and once mom's given birth and say to mom, on this day, for an hour, I'm going to sit with baby, go and soak in a bath, go and walk in the garden, give yourself some me time. Because often if you've got a baby that's colicky, it can be very traumatic on mom, which affects the milk production. It affects mom's psyche. Mom could end up feeling with a baby blues or really emotional. And if you've got these besties that understand you without even having to say a word and take turns once a week, one of the besties come in for an hour, it makes life so much better. And scientists have found that with this, a lot of the women don't have anxiety about the birth, and they don't suffer with the baby blues. So it's something really special.
Thank you. That's really beautiful. And Lynn, if you can quickly, we've kind of run out of time a little bit, but tell us a little bit more about your twin soul prophecies and how you and your husband, do that and facilitate that.
All right. The twin souls, basically, my husband and I are twin souls. We met a while ago and came together. We realized that we both have an esoterical ability to do readings. And we do the readings in totally different manners because we're individuals. So we offer a special called the Twin Soul Prophecies reading, which is very popular and something very unique. I'm not sure that I know of anyone in South Africa that does it. And what happens is you sit with me for a while and I'll do a reading with crossing over my tarot cards and we'll discuss whatever comes up. And then what happens is when the time comes to an end, I leave the room and Isvan joins us, that's my husband, and he does a reading one-on-one for you. So you're getting the yin and the yang. What we have found is 90% of what we tell the person, it might be told in a different way, because women tend to be more emotional, men are very down to the facts. But 90% of what we say is the same. So you have total and utter reassurance that we have connected to our guides and that the information you're getting to our best ability is 100% accurate.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And I just want to go back to the baby blessing. That just sounds so beautiful. I'm still kind of swimming in that whole description, and it is so important. We have lost so much. The tribal people and the original people. There's so much lost in what we have in this modern society behind your 6-foot electric fence wall, and this whole thing of friends being part of this journey and supporting the mother, because this is how the children really get to experience that community. They say it takes a community to raise a child, or what's that saying, something in that line.
Correct.
Yeah, I love that. It sounds beautiful.
It is important. Sorry, because we're also into the instant drive-through gratification where we go drive-through, we don't even pop into a takeaway anymore. Drive-through, place our order, and off we go. So that unity and that connection and that feeling of love and feeling of support, we really miss it. It's just not there in this day and age. It seems to have fallen away. And this actually embroiders on it and teaches us to trust people again, which is also very important because there's a lot of people that don't have trust in others and are very isolated. So it is something very unique and something very special, which my guides taught me how to do the blessing, and I channeled it. And it's actually, I just love performing it on women.
It's really amazing, and I can just imagine that henna tattooing on the tummy and having those symbols added to the energy of that child and having that imprint of the child. It's very beautiful. And Lynn, let's get into how people can get a hold of you and contact you, so that more mothers can experience and more people can experience the twin flame connection. I definitely am one of the people that have connected to my twin flame. It's not always easy, as you know, but give us your contact details, please.
Yeah. All right, I think the easiest way for people to contact me is to WhatsApp me on 082 7 60 60 56, a very special magical number. And if they WhatsApp me, they can just say they're wanting a reading or they're wanting prices. I would be sure to contact them, because we obviously also don't forget the distant healings that are very powerful. And just because you live across the continent, it doesn't mean to say that you don't have ability to have healing. So we can do the distant healing across continents. I do readings via Skype, so you don't have to miss out on that. And on certain days, only on the weekends, we do the Twin Soul on Skype for those across the continent. And then obviously just the reading one-on-one with me. So we are totally available at your service.
Yeah, and so this physical distancing and pandemic scamdemic is not going to interfere with with being able to connect with you. Great, and don't forget you can go to the Body and Mind website, which is bodyandmind.coza. We also have the Body and Mind blog website. You can download the Body and Mind Health Directory app in the Apple as well as in the Android Play stores and interact with us. That way, all our interviews and members is available in the search bar. You can search Pullen and subscribe to our Skype channel and get notifications on when we have our next conversation. And please do share this with somebody that you think can gain benefit out of these lovely conversations. And thank you very much, Lynn, for entrusting your beautiful work with Body and Mind so that we can support and assist you in marketing it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here. And you also could look me up on Facebook, Twin Soul Prophecies. So I'm there for you. Thank you so much, everyone. Blessings.
Thank you very much to you too. And I wish you a beautiful rest of the day.
Thank you so much. Wasn't so bad.